Yeah, he's been great for Nelson all day. Bayless and Porter both a lot of options offensively in the air. But Nelson's also done a good job on the ground, and he only has 37 yards so far, but they've been very effective yards, and they've been big when this offense needed it.
Interesting for Noah Nelson in that he had only 5 rushing yards in the second quarter, so 32 of those 37 yards coming in the first quarter, yet the effectiveness just increased even without him having to run that much in quarter number 2.
Yeah, very different. And I think that success early on the ground kind of opened up things more for the passing game, and they were able to get away from that a little bit. You look at Colby right now, though. Passing, they're only 3 for 5 for 15 yards out of the arm of O'Brien. So it's basically all been on Schwerin, and that's not something that we're surprised to see. But if Bowdoin's able to get up by a couple of scores, couple of possessions, they're going to force Colby's hand and make them put it in the air, and that's not something they're necessarily comfortable doing.
Another big theme we talked about at the end of the first quarter. Now we're talking about at start of the third quarter, time of possession. Bowdoin, 22 and a half minutes, almost 23 minutes of possession to just 7 minutes and change for Colby.
Yeah, and really what that says, considering that gap and it's only 17-10 on the scoreboard, Bowdoin's been so methodical offensively, taking a lot of time. But also, special teams, the little things. They've been giving up big kick returns and allowing Colby to have some blown plays. Obviously, the strip sack fumble that was recovered by Colby gave them some momentum. But the defense for the Polar Bears has done a good job responding for the most part when put in tough situations.
All right, scoring. Nick Bayless, 34-yard touchdown pass from Noah Nelson. That got it started, 6:36. Into the first quarter, 7-0 Bowdoin the lead. John Barron responded for Colby, a 38-yard field goal. 7-3 Polar Bears at the end of one. Andrew Sisti started it off in the second quarter with a 20-yard field goal. 10-3 in favor of the home team. Jake Schwerin, 33-yard run, part of just a two-play, 46-yard, 34-second drive. Tied it at 10 apiece. Brian Porter, 14-yard touchdown pass under a minute to go from Noah Nelson, gave the lead back to Bowdoin at 17-10.
Yep, and Colby will get the ball first here at half, so certainly plenty of time. They're not trying to change anything yet. They'll keep giving it to Schwerin. They'll keep letting him run and look for a little bit more passing out of the backfield. You haven't seen him really that much get balls in the air as far as receptions go, so that could be one of the adjustments that Coach Michaels makes for this second half.
And one big thing to watch as the second half goes along. Nick Bayless has 8 receptions, 127 yards. He is 6 receptions away from the school record for catches in a single game at 14. That was set by Pat Noon back in 2009. And he's about 80 yards away, is Bayless, from the school record in single-game receiving yards, 203, also set by Noon back in 2009.
Yeah, he's been solid this game and basically his whole career. And it's not easy considering the situations that he's been in. He had the ACL tear, knee injury last year, and also just the idea of having to work with multiple quarterbacks. There's been 4 or 5 guys. It's not like he's been establishing one rapport with one guy. And that can affect, your timing on some of those routes. But we've seen a lot of chemistry between Nelson and Bayless so far today.
Rounding out the receiving, Brian Porter, as mentioned, the 1 touchdown, 4 catches for 28 yards. Andrew Tiki, 2 catches, 31 yards. They got Owen Gideon Murphy for an 11-yard gain out of the backfields.
And, they had that missed touchdown opportunity. Fell right through the hands of Greg Olson early in the second quarter. That could have been another potential scoring opportunity. So plenty of them there for the Polar Bears. If you're Colby, keep doing what you do and try and slow down this passing attack of Bowdoin. Maybe pressure, pay a little bit more attention to Bayless, shade the safeties his way. But a one-possession game, not too far off.